This is my new Baton Rouge V2 Sun 8 string ukulele. You might ask why you'd ever want to have an 8 string ukulele, and it's something I don't really think I can quantify. And the people that I've already let play this instrument have already come back and said, "Where can I get one of those?" Now, here's the trick. They're not available in the United States. I saw these on Got a Ukulele website. Fantastic. Reviews by Barry Maz, and he reviewed one of these, and it's stuck in my brain. And I've seen other 8 string ukuleles. I played them, but this one was kind of sticking with me. So a couple months ago, I rejoined Facebook, kind of on the down low because I didn't want to deal with the friends and the other things from the past and being a teacher with students on Facebook. I'd wanted to get rid of that years ago, but there's so much ukulele stuff happening on Facebook that I joined, and I have an account there. And I got involved with the Got a Ukulele. I've Got a Ukulele group that Barry Maz recently started, and someone mentioned that this was one of their desired ukuleles. And I chimed in and said, "Yeah, that's one of mine too. I just don't know where I'd get one." And the UK distributor for the Baton Rouge, Stones Music, contacted me and said, "Well, I've sent one to the States before if you'd like to." And he didn't have any at the time, and the new cities restrictions. I'm not sure if they're even calling it cities. It reads as cities, CITIES. Um, on using rosewood and other valuable woods are in place. So what you can send overseas from one country to another has to be documented, all that stuff. So he didn't have anything at the time, but since then there's been 2 shipments, and I got in on the second one of one of these 8 string ukuleles. Now it's laminate mahogany, and if you want to know more about it, you can actually, contact. Actually, go to gotaukulele.com and check out Barry's review, which is very in depth. But basically, bownut saddle, walnut bridge, walnut fretboard now, not rosewood. And the other little differences are it now also has silver tuners as an option versus gold. And I asked Stones Music to also put in a strap here and a strap there, which I could have done myself, but it just was easier to do. And then I also got a jumping cow leather ukulele strap. It's my first leather strap. I'm still getting used to it. I generally like the 1 inch cotton or nylon straps, but it just was kind of neat coming from there. And I didn't want the metal strings, so I had asked again Stones Music, Mark at Stones Music, if they could put on nylon strings like Worth. And he said, "Well, I have my own jumping cow strings that really aren't on the market yet, but I'd be willing to put those on." They're great. They're great. Now, this ukulele came in just yesterday. It's been played quite a bit since then, and it's crazy. It's so I don't even think the recording is going to pick up the qualities of this ukulele, but I'm just so happy with it. I'm just trying to think of anything else I should say. It's a normal tenor ukulele, maybe a little deeper than usual. It's again laminate mahogany, so it's mahogany and laminated strips. In other words, for the novice, plywood mahogany, if you want to think of it that way, with a mahogany neck, 3 joints, and look at that headstock with the open headstock and those geared tuners. It's crazy, and the trickiest part is tuning it, because you have 8 notes to tune. Now, how are they tuned? Well, you have the higher frequencies on the. Okay, so let me just start over again. The top 2 strings, string 4 and string 3, because we count from the bottom up, right? String 4 and 3 are in octaves. So your G string has a low G and a high G. So for those people that always argue, do you have a low G or high G? You get both. Then you have C's in octaves. Your normal C, and then a C above that, so C5. So you're looking at G3, G4, C4, C5, and then you just have your normal E and A strings. That would be E4 and A5 in tuning. So when you play it, tuning it is a little tricky because the strings are very close together. I'll have to take off the strap here to show you this. But if you take a look, the strings are in sets very close together. So when you play it, it's like playing a normal ukulele. I believe the nut is 38 millimeter instead of your normal 35. I don't feel that, and it's not as large as baritone, so the reach isn't any more than my normal tenor. And the only problem I'm having so far is that this won't fit into any of my current gig bags. I have to find one that handles a larger headstock, because a headstock would probably normally end about right there. Oh, by the way, it just has a Baton Rouge on the top and kind of a neat engraved sun logo that looks actually a lot like the caramels, or the caramels, as some people like to say. I just say caramel apple. You know, it's my part of the world where I live in. That's how that word is pronounced often. So anyway, fantastic ukulele. So I'll play a little more, and if you're interested in these and you live in the United States, I am sure that Stone's Music could help you out if you wanted to contact them. And otherwise, hopefully a U.S. distributor picks these up real soon, because they're a lot of fun. How much of this set me back? Well, truthfully, it was about $210 with everything, but then the shipping was like $40 to get to the United States, and I wanted that. I could have bought a Kala or something else, but I wanted this particular ukulele. So you pay for that, and that's fine. The customer service from Mark was outstanding, though, with Stone's Music, and I would recommend them instantly to anyone. And these strings are really quite nice, and I would actually consider using them in place of the Martins that I typically put on my ukuleles if they're priced right. So check again with Stone's Music about the availability of their jumping cow accessories. That's what they call their accessories. So I'll just play a little bit here, a couple things. Yeah, there's a jangle there with that high C, that C5 that's just shooting out, and the frequencies above that. It just is surprising. It's such a full sound, and it's, it is a little tricky to tune the A strings and E strings together, even when the tuner says it's right in the center. Your ear, sometimes you listen for the waves between the two, and it can be hard to tune both of them at the same time. When you really strike it, it really has the pop. So this again, Baton Rouge V2 8-string ukulele, just fantastic. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna go record one of my play-alongs from the Yellow Book using this ukulele, so I'll do that next.